Hello there. It is 11:35 on September 15th. The article that I decided to share is called Measuring Penny. If you kind of see, it's supposed to be double-sided right there. And it is meant for kindergarten, a kindergarten classroom. I believe it was a kindergarten teacher that did this experiment. Well, it said it took place during a summer camp. But yeah, led this. The article is by Me Yeon Lee and Dion Cross Francis. It was in the February 2019 Teaching Children Mathematics, Volume 25, Number 4. And like I said, it kind of goes into how books, stories, and poems can motivate students to think deeply about mathematical concepts and presenting rich context to explore ideas and ways they can connect their student experiences. That is a huge reason why I chose this article was not only, are we going to be using manipulatives and hands-on tasks, which is very important for my students, but it's very important to use stories and engage them in prior knowledge and prior connections to get them interested and engaged. So, and actually with my kindergarten students, I have three, and one of them is very interested and almost obsessed with puppies and dogs. So I thought, oh, this will be a great lesson to try with them. So I'm actually going to do this in the classroom as well. So anyways, what they do is they read the story, Measuring Penny, and then they're going to sorry, it's kind of blurry. There we go. They read the story, Measuring Penny, and it does go along with the Common Core State Standards for math, and then they're going to relate it to measurement. And there's several different activities that this article lists that they do, and a lot of it is measuring how long the dog is. As you can see, there's a picture with paper clips, and you can use different tools and different things and kind of go into comparing with other dogs. So they engaged 24 kindergartners in a task-based interview prior to a 5-day summer camp. They were asked to compare the lengths of two non-straight paths, A and B, by either using paper clips, toothpicks, strings, or rulers. And then there was 3 types of things they realized that the kids had difficulty doing, which was the visual comparison. Oh, wait. That's one thing they did. The 3 things that they had trouble doing was measuring the length of a path requires placing measurement tools on the actual curve. It requires the same size of tool each time, and it requires collaboration to add measurement. So obviously there's just the tools weren't consistent. So those were some of the challenges the kiddos had. So yeah, inappropriate tool use, length as a countable attribute. But then here comes the 5 activities before Measuring Penny. So in the book, there actually is a student that completes her measurement homework by measuring different parts. Her dog's ear, Penny's size to sizes of other dogs, and her dog's a Boston Terrier, and then they compare it to other dogs, like a pug, cocker spaniel, a Shetland sheepdog. So in the book, they actually also measure, and so it's actually giving that other visual to show what students will be doing. And then it shows right here, you can kind of make a graph to show that. And then it goes into specifics about which activity do you want to do. You want to compare objects, order by length. You could do a direct comparison. And then you can also just talk about different measurement tools. You don't have to go right into using rulers. In fact, you're going to use Unifix cubes and, base 10 blocks and rods. And even they think they were using straws at one point in this. So I just think it's a really awesome activity And I think, in my last learning log, we were talking about how I need to have students try that productive learning and just that problem solving on their own. And so I think if I read the story, gave them some of these activities, they could really think through the measuring and the comparing on their own. And that would be a good place to go with my class. And so I'm summarizing up. I know this has a lot of information. So these were just some different, we kind of talked about the activities, but these are different concepts you're doing. You can start introducing the concept of more or less, allow students to deepen that thinking of selecting measurement tools, encourage students to consider other types of measuring, like I don't think it said it here, but like you could start talking about weight, how much a dog weighs. You could talk about how like length, all of those different kinds of measurement. And so anyways, the overall idea of this article just talks about how a children's story was used to create a meaningful context to engage students, and then just different activities that can be used to promote the understanding of the length measurement. And it's just a great way to motivate students into hands-on experience and learning about length, and just expanding that knowledge of problem solving.